President Muhammadu Buhari approves postponement of 2023 census till further notice. KOGI court stops federal government from concession process of AJAOKUTA Steel and ITAKPE Iron Ore companies. A nuclear attack would lead to end of regime, Joe Biden warns North Korea. And on sports, Women's Championship Football Association proposes 2 relegation places from 2023 to 2024. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Jane Balagbubu. Good day and thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the postponement of the 2023 population and housing census earlier scheduled for 3rd to 7th May 2023 to a date to be determined by the incoming administration. In a press statement made available to journalists by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed in Abuja, stated that the President gave the approval after meeting with some members of the Federal Executive Council and the Chairman of the National Population Commission and his team at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. In arriving at the decision to postpone the census, the meeting reiterated the critical need for the conduct of a population and housing census 17 years after the last census to collect up-to-date data that would drive the developmental goals of the country and improve the living standard of the Nigerian people. The President noted that with the completion of the enumeration area demarcation of the country, conduct of first and second pretest, the recruitment and training of adult workers, procurement of personal digital assistants and ICT infrastructures, appreciable progress has been made in the implementation of the 2023 population and housing census. He also commended the methodology being put in place by the Commission to conduct accurate and reliable census, especially the massive deployment of technology that is capable of delivering world-class census and laying a sustainable basis for future censuses. The President further directed the Commission to continue with preparations for the conduct of the 2023 population and housing census in order to sustain the gains already recorded and provide the basis for the incoming administration to consolidate these achievements. A division of the High Court of Justice of Kogi State sitting in Lokoja, the state capital, has restrained the federal government from its planned concession of the AJAOKUTA Steel Company Limited, ASCL, and the National Iron Ore Mining Company, NOMCO, at ITAKPE. Both companies are located in Kogi State. The federal government had commenced the concession process for the 2 companies with an advertisement. However, in a suit with number HCL/211M/23 filed by the Attorney General of Kogi State on behalf of the government and people of the state, the court was asked through a motion ex parte to give an order for a stay of action on the concession process pending the determination of the substantive matter on it before the court. The motion ex parte was brought pursuant to Order 11, Rule 7 of the Kogi State High Court Civil Procedure Rules 2006. Leading 7 other lawyers, M.Y. Abdullahi, a senior advocate of Nigeria, drew the attention of the court to the affidavit of urgency deposed in the application while seeking the orders. An order for interim injunction restarting the defendants, respondents, their agents, representatives, officials, and whoever acting for them or through them or on their behalf from proceeding with the concession of the AJAOKUTA Steel Company Limited and the National Iron Ore Mining Company. This was supported by another seeking injunction of restraint against defendants carrying out any of the itemized functions or activities as contained in their publication published in the Daily Trust of Friday 21st April 2023. Including the virtual pre-qualification for conference or interview slated for May 4, 2023, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. Delivering his ruling, Justice Josiah Majebi, the Chief Judge of the state and presiding judge of the High Court 1, found substance in the motion and granted the application. He said the affidavit of urgency deposed to by the claimant clearly established that he has a prima facie case on a claim of right to the 5th and 6th defendants, AS, Seal, and Nyonko, and that except the court intervenes at this stage to prevent the defendants from proceeding with their plan on concession of the 5th and 6th defendants, their action will foist a state of helplessness and hopelessness. He said it will also lead to the loss of his applicant's course of action, leading to his rights and interests extinguished completely, and that the defendants would have completed the process of the concession in less than 30 days, which is before the period of 30 days allowed by the rule of court for the defendants to file their defense. He therefore ruled, in this circumstance, he holds that the grant of order of interim injunction is appropriate and necessary to preserve the rest, in this case as a matter of urgency, and to prevent a situation of irreparable damage to the applicant as one having interest in the 5th and 6th defendants pending the determination of the motion on notice. He consequently granted the application accordingly. The defendants in the matter are the Attorney General of the Federation, the Ministry of Mines and Steel Developments, the Bureau of Public Enterprise, AJAOKUTA Steel Company Limited, and the National Iron Ore Mining Company. The motion on notice has been scheduled for hearing on 4th May 2023. The National Economic Council (NEC) announced in Abuja that it has decided to delay the removal of petrol subsidy, which was earlier planned for June 2023. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, made this known to State House correspondents after the valedictory council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osibanjo at the council chambers of the presidential villa. Ahmed said the council agreed on the need to continue discussions on issue, adding that the federal government, state and representatives of the incoming administration require more preparatory work before removing the subsidy. She also stressed that the removal of fuel subsidy is necessary as the government cannot afford it anymore. However, she emphasized the need to mitigate the impact on ordinary Nigerians. The minister added that the federal government will work together with representatives of the states between now and June 2023 to plan for alternatives to the fuel subsidy and put them in place. She also reminded the forum that the budget for 2023 has a provision for fuel subsidy only up to June 2023, and the Petroleum Industry Act requires the deregulation of all petroleum products 18 months after the effective date of the PMS removal, which is also up to June 2023. The organized labor have described the federal government's decision to suspend the removal of fuel subsidy as the best option. Benson Upa, head of Information, National Labour Congress, expressed relief that the government has chosen to do the right thing, which would prevent the country from being set on fire by the proposed action. He urged the government to learn from the document presented by the MLC on the fuel subsidy removal and focus on domestic production to minimize corruption. He also called for the refurbishment of existing refineries or the construction of new ones instead of importing refined petroleum products. Similarly, Nuhu Toro, Secretary General Trade Union Congress, said that while the suspension was late, it was a good move by the government. He emphasized the need for social dialogue before implementing harsh economic policies, and he advocated for the refurbishment of existing refineries to create jobs and reduce the price of petroleum products. He charged the incoming government to prioritize social dialogue and accommodate the voice and interest of Nigerians in decision-making and implementation. The Director General, Government House Administration, Umar Oricha Shuaibu, has brought succor to Lamidi Bilikisu, a fresh student of College of Nursing and Midwife, Obangede. It is normal gaining admission into any tertiary institution after the completion of secondary education, and it is always a thing of joy to both the students and the parents. However, the story of Lamidi Bilikisu, who gained admission into the prestigious School of Nursing, Obangede, is quite different. She lost her both parents while she was still in secondary school, making her an orphan left with only a blood brother who is into farming. She gained admission without knowing where her school fees and other bills was going to come from, until God started charting the course for her to receive help. In a WhatsApp group known as Save Ebera Education, the admin manager took up the plight of Lamidi Bilikisu by informing the group members of their need for the young, brilliant and promising lady to be assisted in paying her fees. The Director General, Government House Admin, who is also a member of the group, got the information and decided to take responsibility of ensuring Lamidi Bilikisu's financial challenge is over. Speaking from his office at the Government House, Lokoja, Dr. Umar Orisha Shwaibu said, one of the many ways people can serve as God's ambassadors here on earth is to always render assistance, no matter how small, to the needy, which they will always have amongst the people till the world comes to an end. More so, the holy books instruct Havers to always take care of the widows and orphans in their midst, and this is one reason why he cannot turn his back on Lamidi Bilikisu, whose father and mother are no more. Before the issue of Bilikisu came up, Dr. Umar Orisha Shwaibu has joined hands with Save Ebera Education to pay the West African Senior School Certificate Examinations fees of some students in the final year in secondary schools. The astute administrator have always pointed out in clear terms that one of the best types of empowerment one can give is financial support to students in different institutions, as education will always remain the bedrock of the society. From MLC TV, we join hands with many others to say thank you for helping Bilikisu. We pray to have good men like Dr. Shwaibu Orisha in our societies. God bless you more. We go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Malachite TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. And on politics, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in Kogi State, Usman ODODO, has received President Muhammadu Buhari's blessings as the party's flag bearer in the November election. ODODO, while briefing State House correspondents after he was presented to the president by Governor Yahaya Bello, said he was committed to building on the unparalleled developmental strides of the governor, which were achieved through inclusive governance if elected in the forthcoming polls. He said, with his wealth of experience in the private and public financial sectors, as well as the opportunity of learning from Bello, who he described as a great leader to Kogites, he was well equipped to steer the ship of the confluent state in the desired direction. The APC candidate said specifically that he was confident of APC's victory in the November governorship election. ODODO emerged as the Kogi APC governorship candidate through a direct primary election on April 14 and was ratified through a special congress of the party on April 15. Governor Yahaya Bello expressed delight in the capacity of the APC candidate to deliver even more wins for the party in the state and assured Kogi residents of continuity in the infrastructure renewal master plan, which his administration had embarked upon for more than 7 years. He reiterated that the APC in Kogi State is one united family, noting that the party is very well positioned to win the next governorship election, a landslide. President Buhari gave his unalloyed blessings to the APC candidates while advising the party in Kogi State to embark on an issue-based election campaign so as to ensure the party retains the state in the coming elections. The Kogi State November All Progressive Congress APC candidate Ahmed Usman Ododo has shown concern about rebuilding a new Kogi across party divides by consulting with relevant leaders of the various political parties in the state. Ododo's quest to deepen and consolidate the new direction government records by the administration of Yahaya Bello involves bringing on board all stakeholders across party divides against the promotion of sectional and ethnic agenda. Ododo, in its quest for unity, earlier visited former Governor Kogi State Ibrahim Idris and Idris Wada, has also visited APC party stalwarts from Kogi West and Central. James Faleke, Sanusi Abubakar, and Khalifa Abdurrahman Okene. His agenda is nothing but a development agenda, ready to harvest people to drive the development devoid of ethnicity, political affiliation, religion, and other petty sentiments. These visits will in no small measure strengthen and tighten the bond of unity and oneness in a heterogeneous and multi-ethnic society like the Kogi State. Senator Smart Adeyemi and 4 other aspirants have asked the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja to nullify the April 14 primary election of the All Progressives Congress APC for Kogi State governorship election, which produced Ahmed Usman Ododo as the candidate for the election scheduled for November 11, 2023. Aside Adeyemi, the other aspirants who want the primary to be annulled are Shuaibu Abubakar, son of former governor of Kogi State, a former Minister of State for Labour, Professor Stephen Ocheni, Deputy National Publicity Secretary of APC, Murtala Ajaka, and Sanusi Ohiare. They described the direct primary election conducted by APC, which produced Ododo as the governorship candidate of the party, as illegal in the suits filed by Adekunle Otitoju on behalf of Adeyemi and Abubakar. They alleged that the election and subsequent emergence of Ododo ran foul of Section 177 of the 1999 Constitution. They claimed it was also contrary to Section 29 and 84 of the Electoral Act, as well as Article 20 of the APC Constitution. The plaintiffs are praying the court to, amongst others, invoke Section 177 of the Constitution, Section 29 and 84 of the Electoral Act, and Article 20 of the APC Constitution to declare the purported primary election invalid. They also asked the court for an order compelling the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to reject and refuse to recognize the name of Ododo as APC's governorship candidate. Meanwhile, one of the complaints, Murtala Yakubu Ajaka, has picked the ticket of Social Democratic Party, SDP, to contest the November 11 governorship election in Kogi State. And on crime, a 35-year-old woman, Mariam Aminu, has set herself ablaze after accusing her boyfriend of cheating in Dutse local government area of Jigawa State. Adamu Shehu, Public Relations Officer, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, in the state confirmed the incident to the newsmen. He said the incident occurred at about 2 a.m. on Thursday at Gidindia area of Dutse. He said preliminary investigations showed that the lady used petrol and set herself ablaze, adding that some people in the neighborhood extinguished the fire and rescued the lady. Although the cause of the incident is yet to be ascertained, it was alleged to be connected to a relationship with a 40-year-old boyfriend identified as Ibrahim Haruna. The lady suffered second-degree burns. She is currently receiving medical attention at the General Hospital Dusai, he said. An eyewitness, Muhammad Yusuf, said the lady became furious when she learned that her boyfriend went to see another woman and set herself ablaze. And on foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has warned that a North Korean nuclear attack would result in the end of whichever regime launches the offensive action. The American leader issued a stark warning to North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un during a joint news conference with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol at the White House on Wednesday night, April 26. He said a nuclear attack by North Korea against the United States or its allies or partners is unacceptable and will result in the end of whatever regime if they were to take such an action. Biden's notice came as he and Yoon announced the Washington Declaration, an agreement aimed at deterring nuclear aggression from North Korea. Biden called the new alliance with South Korea ironclad. Biden cited North Korea's increased threats and the blatant violation of U.S. sanctions in highlighting the important timing of the alliance. The agreement comes amid heightened tensions on the peninsula, especially over the past year. North Korea has launched about 100 missiles since the beginning of 2022. Meanwhile, North Korea sees joint military drills between the U.S. and South Korea as a threat. And on sports, let's join Jonah Malik for the updates.
And on sports updates, two teams will be relegated from the Women's Championship under the new FA proposal from the 2023-2024 season. The reverse format would see both winners of the third-tier National League division automatically go up. The champions of the National League Northern and Southern Premier Division have met in the playoff to decide promotion since 2014-2015. No changes have been recommended to the promotion and relegation format in the Women's Super League. One team is relegated from the top flight each season and replaced by the championship winners. The recommendation for the second and third tier are subject to approval by the FA Council. Sunday's match between second bottom Sunderland and third bottom Blackburn would be a relegation decider if the two teams were relegated from the championship this season, although both clubs have been spared the threat of the drop under the existing format with rock bottom Coventry United already down. Nottingham Forest, Wolves and Burnley can all finish top of the Northern Premier Division after the final round of games on Sunday, while Southern Premier Division contenders Watford, Oxford United and Ipswich Town are all hoping to win their division and reach the play-off final at Stadium MK on 20th May. Still on sports, top seed Carlos Alcaraz survived a huge scare against Finland's Emil Ruusuvuori as his defense of Madrid Open title began with a hard-fought comeback win. Spain's Alcaraz, who turns 20 next week, overcame a slow start to win 2-6, 6-4, 6-2 against the world number 41. There were fewer concerns for women's top seed Iga Swiatek, who won 6-3, 6-2 against Australian Julia Grabher. However, Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina suffered a surprise defeat to Russia's Anna Kalinskaya. The Madrid Open is one of the most prestigious tournaments outside the Grand Slams and an important clay court event in the build-up to the French Open, which starts on May 28th. Alcaraz is the favorite to win the ATP Masters 1000 event, with Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal absent due to injury. The world number 2 defended the Barcelona title last week without dropping a set, but on his return to the Spanish capital initially lacked clarity and assurance in his shots. Ruusuvuori dominated his service game in the first set, winning 100% of the first service point and dropping just 2 on his second serve. but the contest swung back in Akara's favor after he saved 5 break points to stop his opponent moving 4-2 ahead in the second set. And that's all on sports updates. I am Jonah Malik reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. And on entertainment, we join Joy Dada to take us through the latest happenings.
Welcome to our entertainment world. I am Joy Dada. In Africa, Judy Austin, the second wife to Nollywood actor Yu Edochie, has come under attack for mourning the death of the actor's son, Kambi Yu Edochie. Judy on her Instagram page on Thursday posted a candle and prayed that Kambi Yu Edochie rest in heaven with God. Her condolence message came hours after her husband mourned his son on Facebook. Reacting to her message, some Nigerians accused of her being insensitive and urged her to leave the grieving family. Crossing over to Europe, Katy Taylor, who sells clothes under her birth name Katy Perry, sued the pop star, saying her merchandise infringed a trademark she owned. On Friday, a judge agreed that clothing sold for Katy's 2014 Australian tour did breach Katy's trademark. This is a tale of 2 women, 2 teenage dreams and 1 name, Justice Bridget McCovey wrote in her ruling. The judge said the teenage dream singer born Catherine Hudson used the Katy Perry name in good faith and does not own any personal compensation to the designer. However, the star company Katy Perry must pay damages, which will be decided next month. Thanks for joining me. I am Joy Dada, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Joy, for the entertainment update. And that is the size of our package today. Please watch, subscribe, share if you enjoy what we are doing. Our YouTube channel is Malachi TV. Facebook pages are MLC TV and MLC TV2. Instagram MLC TV 2021 and Twitter MLC TV1. For your events, coverage, appearance on any of our programs, contributions, comments, advert placements or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachi TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturdays 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sundays 6 p.m. Women's World, and Mondays 9 a.m. The Opinion. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a happier and a better society together. I am Gia Jane Balagbubu. Good day and thanks for watching. See you next week.